barrier product can be done with or without gloves because it is just a conditioner-based product. Oh, during a relaxer, I do recommend bare finger only because, remember, it pushed in the skin better and it was easier when you're going between the hair. Do you know what I mean? But with color, if you want to do it with your gloves on, that is perfectly fine. So on or off.
What if they have makeup on?
What if they have makeup on? Then you're still protecting their skin. Yes, you may be removing a little makeup.
Bummer. Do you always do this when you're coloring?
Realistically, the salon, no, I didn't before, but I do now. Ever since I started teaching, I'm more careful. So, like, even at the assisted living, I do barrier around the edges.
Oh, shoot. Alright. How much are we doing?
You are then going to dispense. Because we're doing base to ends on the one side, I'm going to have you do 4 ounces to start with, then we'll get more when we do the other side. Okay, so take it to 4.0. I know we're not mixing today, and yes, permanent color would be mixed. Yeah, go to 4.0, 4 ounces today. We are going to use the foil to keep it out of the other side because we're doing a retouch on one side and a virgin on the other. So I will talk again about when you use each of these as we start applying them. So I'll show you how to use the foil, basically the same way we use the paper towel with relaxer. Perfect. Sharon, did you grab gloves? Good. I got yours. Still need gloves? Still need gloves? Alright, both of you have them on.
When we go to the mirror tomorrow, we're gonna actually show
Real color. Yep, it'll be real color. Yeah, remember, shades EQ will still darken and change the hair, it just won't be as drastic. Permanent color can lift and lighten while coloring.
We're starting with what?
4 ounces. I'm going to be going over with everyone, but we always start in the back right because it just keeps organization.
Blocked immediately.
Yeah. But we're doing base to ends first. So this side will be base to ends, then this side will be a retouch. Middle. Wait, base to ends. We're doing base to ends. Yeah, I guess I'm going to explain it all. And I'll explain when you would use it, like what kind of color would
What
you
you like,
use,
Bob?
who is this good for.
Hey, someone's talking.
You need enough people to help you with that.
Right. It's okay.
Well, I would say if you already had 2 down in there, then it would be more, but you're good.
You're
good, you're good.
You could have stopped laughing though. Somebody had to remove it already. Somebody said, how many pounds? No way. Period. Yeah. Dang, you got some views. Beautiful hair. I know she got some inches. Fabiana. Like when I was live the other day, I just uploaded.
It's not going to be inappropriate.
Smooth and shiny.
There's no, like,
That's
real
silk
worry
pricks.
about it. I would just try to do
That's
it on,
silky
like, wider
wilky.
basis to everyone else. Definitely not weak. But once you come out on the floor, they Tuesday nights are like, so even if you came in on your day off, and then you just moved up to the floor, and then you that way you could go, like,
I'll start trying to work on how to do it. So they did a 7-11, they're 8 months.
But it be giving you like, I had to make that comment immediately. But it's so funny because we were just doing that. Oh my God. What time should I go?
won't be an issue. But I would talk about the floor, then they could help you plan out like when would be good. So that way you
I don't want to
know.
go out. It's like somewhere like far, like dangerous.
Yeah, like
We
probably
need
like 6 months from now.
Wait. If you put a plug.
But yeah, then the salon floor teachers, like I said, can help you figure out like when a night would be quieter, so it wouldn't be as disruptive to the salon floor.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't see it being an issue.
Yeah, so we were talking about it, and I told them I was gonna talk to you guys about that, about
Yeah.
filming it.
Yeah, or even a teacher might be willing if you did it on like a
Ask me
Monday,
questions, guys.
to like hang out past 3 for a little bit, as long as it didn't take long.
Okay.
Yeah, because then it wouldn't get in the way of anybody taking customers or doing anything like that.
So we can agree on Mondays?
Yep, Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think it should take that long to film. It's just
Yeah.
like a simple little concept.
Yeah,
So it's just for a save the date.
yeah.
Three.
4. Yep, 4. Section into 4, barrier to start in the back right. If you want to do that, left, you're still fine. So there's always that habit of starting in the same. I just realized that my lady was sitting here and my tripod is gone. So, I'll find my tripod.
Uh-oh. Oh, period.
Knocking lockers. All right.
Just try hair plan. Sometimes it would be nice.
As you can see, I
will
did
try.
not wash mine out yesterday since I didn't put a lot of gel in her. The nice thing about using the gel is that it brushes right out. You know, just like when we did our cornrows, as you can see, it now does not look like she had gel in there. I do not recommend, although she's super dusty. Do you guys see that? Do you see the dust? That is really funny. All right, so keep in mind, never ever leave cholesterol to dry on her hair or on her skin, okay? Cholesterol gets very hard to remove from hair or skin after it has dried, okay? So you do not want to let it dry in the hair or on the skin of our manicures. Well, isn't it drying right now? No, I mean like dry, like overnight, like where it is all the way hard and dry. Yeah. Because it like solidifies to them. It's really strange. All right, we'll go to the back right.
I'm in cosmetology school.
Okay. You're good.
Yeah. Sorry.
Keegan is too. Dude.
So we are going.
Let's host together.
I'm live on YouTube.
Oh, what? You too?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, so we're gonna start in the back right. We are still doing a base to ends technique. So we are still intending to cover the entire strand from the scalp to the ends. The intention is obviously to get everything the same color. The reason that we do not have to do mid-strand first is because we are doing darker. So if Jalea, who has natural hair, wanted to go all darker, we could put permanent color from base to ends because we're going darker.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? If Jalea wanted to go lighter, whether we were using bleach, using color, whether it be red or blonde, doesn't matter. If we're lifting a lot, then we would not want to do this method because the new growth in the ends would end up lighter. Okay, because the new growth is healthy and because the ends are more dry, you would have areas that lift differently. So the only reason you can do permanent color base to ends is on natural hair going darker, or remember when I told you about the filler, how we would fill it with the demi-permanent because we're going from blonde to dark? If you are changing the color all over the head to something darker, you can still do a base to end. So it does not have to be virgin. You just have to be coloring the entire head darker than what it is. Is this making sense? Then you could do base to ends with permanent. Okay. So I'm only going to show a little bit because this is basically the same as we did yesterday, but I just want you to use a bowl and brush. So whenever you're dipping, I want you to learn to actually dip and fill one side of the brush. Don't dip straight in, press against it and fill a side of the brush. Don't go wiping it off. You don't want to waste it. You can wipe off the back side, but don't wipe off both. We want a good amount of product on our brush, okay? Okay. Now we're going to try to keep the one side dry. So when I take my first parting, just like I showed you yesterday, I'm going to come in and I'm going to gently press it on the scalp and smear it on the top. Flip it over, get it on the bottom, trying not to get the other hair. And just like yesterday, I'm going to put it in my hand and I'm going to brush. Yeah, I'm flipping my brush over and over. My brush is my second hand. That way I again keep one hand clean. Does everybody see this? Once I have the first piece all the way wet, because the other side's going to be different, I'm going to use a foil to keep it out of the other hair. Now, the big thing I want you to learn with a bowl and brush is to marry the sections. What I mean by marry the sections is that when I pick up my next line, I am not going to put color on the top, only the bottom. Remember, we're trying to work efficiently, not waste time, right? And if I'm putting color on top, on bottom, and then going through, we're just adding time, especially when we get to the retouch. There is already a little color on the front of this because of doing the section on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the section up and marry. What that means is my brush is very flat, and I am touching the section below me. So I got some color on the section below me. Can you see that? There is some color on the back section underneath me, not just the one I'm holding. Can you see that? I set the color down with the brush very flat because I don't want to pick those hairs up. If my brush is standing up when I do that, I'm going to pick up hairs. So you want to lay it very flat, set it down, then come in, bringing it down your hand and smearing. You can go between two fingers, you can use your thumb, move it down. Now there's product on my next one, so I shouldn't even have to dip. I can just smear that product out a little bit, and then I can use it to come in on the next one. I only need to dip for the ends. This section, I'm going to marry. So you're going to marry and then use the extra. Marry, then use the extra. So when I put the product down, I'm getting product on the hair below me. If I need to smear it down a little, I can, so that I can get it down where my hand can grab, pull it through the ends, flip it up. Grab the next section. There's already color in this hair, so I'm just gonna push it up, then come in and bring it into my hand, only dipping for the ends. Does that make sense? My movement is always going down. Don't push up with your thumb. It's okay if I've got product on my hand, because when I grab the next section, it's all getting colored. So it's not hurting that I'm getting color in this hair. It's all getting colored. Put the product on, try to make sure it touches the section below you a little bit so we don't miss any, not just on the scalp, on the hair below me. I'm always getting some in the hair below me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That is going to help spread it out so we don't miss any hairs. And when I'm doing it on the top, I'm just bringing it into my hand so that I can paint. And see how I flip over? One cool trick is mostly used with like the Pulp Riot type colors because they're really thick. Regular color is actually thinner than this gel right now. It's just a little bit thinner. But if you want to spread it out a little bit more, when I'm flipping the brush, rather than going straight, I can go on a very slight X. Do you see that? And that will roll the hair a little bit, spreading it out on that hair as I go down. It's a very slight X as I slide. How do you guys feel?
Good, can we go?
Yes. Base to ends for the back right and front right. Okay? Base to ends for the two sections you're working on first. Back right, or if you're starting the left. Use the foil once you flip your first piece over.
Yeah, please.
Okay?
Right.
I just felt confident.
I'm right.
Thank you. For holding me to that. No, something activated when I sneezed earlier.
Notice our partings have been super consistent, right? So the reason we're using the same partings is because that should be starting to become more of a natural thing, right? You're not having to think as hard about your partings. That means you can focus on where I'm putting the color, right? Because the partings are staying consistent, I can focus just on where I want the color to go after you have the product on it. So once it's super wet, then set this and set it over. Okay?
What way you want it? Sideways or up? Yeah, stop. Yeah, up like that.
Get it nice and saturated, okay? Top and bottoms, when you flip it up, you should be making sure that that underneath is not still wet. If the underneath is still wet, one of the main reasons is going to be because your partings are a little too thick. Make them a tiny bit thinner. Okay?
The underneath is still wet.
Sorry, thank you. If the underneath is still dry, like if you got that top nice and wet, but you flipped up and there's a lot of dry spots, a lot of times that is happening because of a little bit too thick of a parting. But also make sure you're using your hand to wipe the underside. That way it gets wet all the way through.
These gloves are too big for me.
Do you want to grab some small?
Well, my fingers are really skinny.
Would you like to try some small?
Could I please?
Here's a pair of smalls whenever you're ready. Again, if you need to take your gloves off to go to the restroom or to do anything, please try to save them at least one time and put them back on.
Do you want me to save them?
Yes. Unless you want to, just in case those don't fit, but you're
They
fine.
should.
Yeah. Just so that we get like one reuse anytime you're using it on gel. Obviously, if there's real color in there, gross, just go ahead and get swap pair when you need to take them off. Good. Base to ends. Beautiful. It takes a decent amount of product, doesn't it? This is the same thing with your color. The thicker your color gets, the more it takes to saturate a section, okay? So Red can use to carry chromatics. I think they're slowly getting rid of it, or they might even already be done discontinuing it. One of the problems was it was an oil delivery system, so it did not have ammonia. It had a different ingredient in it to help push it in. And it was a very, very thick cream the way it mixed up. So because of the new technology, it cost more, and because of the thickness, you used more. So in the salon, you would have to do a price upgrade for using chromatics, because otherwise you just couldn't afford the extra cost. Okay? But it was a really nice color line. I just think a lot of salons, it just was making it too expensive.
That's the like brew one, right?
Huh?
That's like the brew one? No.
No.
Just kidding. We have chromatics on my salon.
Yeah.
What's that brew one? Oh, that's the color camo.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The one that's in the bruise. I had to think about what you were saying. Yes, color camo comes in the little bottles because like the more geared towards masculinity line was called Bruise.
I know we have some of like the sample shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the shampoos and conditioners. A couple of products I really liked, but the shampoos and conditioners were meh.
No, I don't use it.
I remember when I was very, very, very first working the salon, I thought it was so cool that they had a brand called American Crew that was like a men's line. So I always bought it for my husband and my brother-in-law because I don't know. I was like new to the salon world. I'm like, woohoo, look, something especially for you. I'm loving our nice thin partings, guys. That is going to help you with saturation. Remember, when it's long, to split it in half. Do a right and a left if your section gets really wide. That is going to help you keep control over it. A larger section will not actually speed up the process, because then you're trying to get it over two sides. You have to dip a lot more times to get it all the way saturated. So remember, when your section gets wide, split it in half. Peace sign. That's about how wide you can go. But no, I'm really, like I said, I'm really liking the nice thin partings. Saturation is looking beautiful. Yes, tiny, tiny bit thinner. You're doing good. And then right now, it's looking like that scalp is still pretty dry. So remember, you want to, when you dip, when I say near Mary, you want to actually hit the section below you.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. That way, that color is all the way on the scalp.
Okay.
Okay. Today, it will turn her scalp blue because we have it full strength and there's a lot of blue in this. So yes, her scalp should be blue today. Gel is also a tiny bit stickier than color, so when we use the real color tomorrow, you'll see it'll spread out just a little better because the gel's a little sticky.
What color are we using tomorrow?
We will be using Fusion on the permanent side and Shades of Hue on the demi.
Can I get bright yellow? Brown, poop yellow?
You're so silly. I used to actually use one that was a gold, but it doesn't show up at all, so I've had iffy feelings about it because it feels a little wasteful when we get no real result to show. Because even when you lift, it doesn't make a huge difference when you're pulling it off. I'll let us use toners sometimes that aren't quite strong enough so we can see that if we don't have enough blue in there, it won't get rid of all the orange, you know what I mean? Or if there's not enough purple, it won't get rid of all the yellow. But that is still something we can see. We can see that we didn't use quite enough. When you finish that back quadrant, go to the front in the same side. We're going to be doing a retouch on the other side. Don't jump to the other side yet. Just do your right side, back and front, face to end. I will make sure we know what we're doing on the retouch before we jump over there. As I said, I don't have huge intention for blow dry today.
It's just wash.
Yep. This will be a wash and air dry most likely today.
I see that's why people have moderators. Yeah, that's to a random person. Like, what is this that you want carrying out? You ever come play the game? Yeah. People be saying wild stuff in the game too. Bro, he be telling you. He be arguing with him. Yeah, he be arguing with him. He be yelling all type of stuff.
Again.
You should see that other one. Wait, which one? Oh, Julia's gonna be ready for this.
For real.
Every Monday. Walking.
She's
She does. Yeah. But you say that and then,
Okay.
Yeah, none of us thought she was gonna be bad at first.
yeah.
I like it. I mean, I still like it. Some stuff is.
It's poor antibiotics. Yeah.
Oh shit. Why is it like a ball? I could literally pick it up.
Tomorrow, real color.
Huh?
Tomorrow, real color. I'll bring my tripod. Yeah. I'll clear up some storage. Right. Why not? Yeah. We ain't been doing nothing though. Like, at all. Probably.
I wouldn't put it past her.
I'm tired
I'm tired of a lot of things, but unfortunately, this is not like high school. This is what my job's gonna be. So I can't just not go. What if I only offer like eyebrow waxing? I don't think you're gonna make any money. Like $10 a month. More than that. Enough for gas.
Maybe.
I'm just gonna marry like a sugar daddy or something. I don't know. You gotta find one first. Daddy Jeffrey in my TikTok section. I'm
Yeah, something like that.
Hi.
Hi, Joe.
What about me? Oh,
She said, what about
I thought I heard the video. Yeah, this music gotta go.
It's crazy. Bro, somebody tell me.
He dare me to choose you. Dare me to choose you. Dare me to choose you, bro.
I dare you. Triple dog. Triple dog. Triple dog, bro. Damn it. No, I have to. What are we thinking, guys?
No, none of that.
Julie phenomenal.
Alright, hurry up.
Y2K don't have
No.
that. Lit instrumentals. Lit instruments.
At this point,
Yeah.
something.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna play lit instrumental. Disney, bro.
Yeah, Disney.
I feel like this might actually be better, which is the sad
Yeah.
part. Dude, it sucks.
We have no options.
Okay. I can't even hear it.
No, keep it down. Keep it down.
Right. Who's gonna come in? Who changed it?
Do not turn that volume up, bro. Wait, am I supposed to leave it up?
I know you're supposed to push it further down. We're doing the other back side, right? We're doing
No, we're doing
the
the
back and the
front.
front on the right side, or if you're left-handed, the left side. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to do the right side or the front now.
Oh, I should pay attention better.
Let's get that Oceania.
Definitely does.
And this is full root to ends. Front and back. Right?
Yeah.
We got Hercules playing. Go Hercules. What do you want me to know about Hercules?
I need some work.
It's some more, bro.
I'm feeling this.
She gonna walk in. Good job.
Kelsey just got my whole
Who needs more?
Remember guys, product use. When you're on the floor, you can't do that.
Hell yeah, I can. You said, remember what? When you're on the floor, you can't do what?
Product use.
Oh,
Can't be
product
doing that.
No. Product use, bro. Did you not
What
just
is
hear?
wrong with you?
Product use. Dude,
That's
could you
really
imagine?
hard.
Could you imagine if she walked in here and I dropped it all over the? I'd be like, oh, I didn't do that. I would snitch, bro.
I know you would.
I would snitch. Just kidding. I'd be like, I don't know how it happened, bro.
Be like, oh my god,
I wasn't. I closed my eyes.
It's like that girl who
Yeah.
farted in her closet and she said it was a ghost.
What?
Oh.
Have you guys ever seen that?
What?
Yeah.
Just tell me. She's like, oh my god, I'm so scared right now. Who did that?
Oh, the fart one?
Yeah.
This is surprising. Oh my god. You.
Alright. Unfortunately, guys, I have no clue what you guys are talking
I'll
about.
find it. That's the best
So you
video.
do look a little bit silly to me right now. But
No, everyone else knows that.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Girl fart ghost.
oh,
The fact that it's actually
popped up.
See, literally it comes up when I say
Girl fart ghost.
oh yeah.